Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're here at Spectacle Island, where I've been really busy reconstructing my entire settlement. Okay, so no new build guide this week, but what I am going to do is take you guys in for a tour and hopefully spawn some new ideas for you guys, and hopefully a few little tips on how to build on Spectacle Island, because this is the question I've had a lot, and a lot of people have trouble with building on Spectacle Island because it's basically the most unlevel settlement in the entire game. So the way to work around this is to basically just build above the terrain. Okay, so what I've done is just run a floor from the highest point on Spectacle Island, then built my fortified walls around the floor, and then just build down and inwards, I guess. Okay, so I've done this by taking different floors out to create different levels and stuff like that. I've built my own little residential structures, very compact and very basic builds. Okay, they don't require a lot of resources, however the entire structure itself requires a shitload. But what I mean by basic, I guess, is that there's not a lot of prefabs in this. I've kept it very, very simple. Okay, when you build big structures, especially on console, you don't want to really go over the top. Now, in saying that, I still haven't finished decorating and all that kind of stuff. I'm still maybe halfway through this build. But as you can see, there's just a few beds, a few little leisure areas, and then I've just kept it as that, because I wanted to kind of create my own little mini city. Okay, but at the same time, I also wanted to make sure I tried to utilize everything that Fallout 4 has to offer, including the arena. Okay, so we got the blue team over this side, I think, and then up here we've got the spectator boxes. So there's one up top, one down below, and I have my own little spectating area in the middle here with all my switches. Okay, which still needs a little bit of electrical work. I wanted to ensure that I fit some larger cages and stuff like that in a little bit easier than my original arena build. Okay, we've got the see-through floors, which is kind of adds a little extra to it. So it's quite tight up here, and I mean, even from the outside, it's a enormous structure, but even on the inside, when it comes to working in here, it's quite tight and can be quite difficult. So I did manage to fit in a few more extra structures, like the medical center, which, you know, I guess is kind of irrelevant, but if you wanted to use your decontamination thingy, you know, you quite easily utilize it here and give your medical center a little bit more of practical use. And of course, having your own settlement doctor gives it a little bit more of a practical use as well. So down here I have my market section, which, you know, still needs a little bit of work as well, but it's just basically where I'm going to set up all my shops, and just to add a little bit extra happiness, I guess. So over here we've got some more residential buildings, and, you know, I think I've got probably 5 of these in the entire settlement. Each one holds about maybe 3 to 4 beds. Some of them have their own little cropping areas, so the specific assigned settlers can just go work through the day close by and then hit the bar maybe, and then just go to sleep. Now, one more thing I did want to point out, and the reason why I've kind of pulled this part of the settlement out is just mainly because you will find that sometimes enemies will spawn under your fortress. Okay, so I plan to have a few maybe Deathclaws or Yaoguais or something like that down there to take care of them. Now over here I've got the police station. Now I've been trying to find a pretty practical use for one of these too, because I have a really awesome build at one of my other settlements, but I'm not going to bring it out until I've got something practical for it. So at the moment it's, you know, it's basically just a normal police station, unfurnished of course, but you know, I've added a few things to it, like downstairs we've got the holding cells. Not sure how practical that is at the moment, but you know, hopefully I'm going to work something out there. But the main reason why I built the police station is just basically so I can have my own armory. Okay, so I have it in a specific spot I remember, and one that kind of makes sense. So this is going to be the armory upstairs here, where I'm going to store all my weapons and stuff like that. Okay, so just next to the police station, we've just got a few more residential buildings, some more farming crops, stuff like that. Now at the base of the tower, I have the bar set up. This just gave me kind of a large area to create some leisure areas for the settlers, their own little bar area, and of course a bar stand, which is all looking you know, a bit bare at the moment, but it's still a work in progress. So around here we have the main stairwell that just goes up the entire tower and down to the basement, where down the basement here I just have my main power source, where I've kind of built in a generator room, I guess. And I mean, there's 3 fusion generators here, so that's 300 power. That's more than enough to power the entire settlement. I have a few different access points for running power up the tower and everywhere else. On the second floor I have my trophy room, which is kind of like my last one, I guess, but I've just set it up a little bit differently, of course. And then I've got a spare floor just above it. Not sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but at the very top here I'm going to have the penthouse, of course, and at the very top is going to be the Automatron workshop. Okay, so this is basically my entire workshop, where I have my armor workbench and weapons workbench, all that kind of stuff. As you see, it's not even close to finished. I don't even have a roof on it yet, so there's still a ton of work to go on here. You know, I haven't uploaded this week, so I thought I'd put something out there. I hope you guys got some really cool ideas from this, or maybe just plain like the tour. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Keep an eye out for my next build. I'm going back to the more authentic days of Fallout. I'm going to build myself a nice little kind of junk town in the Eerie Swamps, and you know what, I actually like it. It's coming along quite nice. It's always good to go back to your roots in Fallout, and you know, it's looking pretty good, so keep an eye out for it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys next time.